Hey, what's going on, invaders? I got a project that I've been working on, got asked to do, and I'm pretty excited. I just finished it up and wanted to share it with you. So I haven't really done anything like this in the past, but I have a lot of fun producing these kind of bits and intros. And recently, Dan from Gone Mental, he reached out asking to make a unique piece for something that he's doing. If you haven't listened to Gone Mental, it's a psychobilly radio show that goes on Thursday nights on Real Punk Radio. It airs at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. He's based out of the Twin Cities. He does it live. He also podcasts it at his site, mentalrocknroll.com. You can go subscribe to it there. But Dan and Zorch Radio, we've been partners for a good while, and he's pretty smart with computers, and he's going out to flying all over the world. His job is to have him fix robots over there and everything. So sometimes he's got to record his episodes ahead of time. And one of the things that he asked for was he wanted a unique intro for the episodes that are produced ahead of time. He's a one-take guy, so he still will just block out an hour on Real Punk Radio, broadcast the live thing on a time that he can do it ahead of schedule, and then take that tape in its entirety, unedited, and air that, which is still gives it kind of a live aspect. But what he asked is he wanted a unique intro for this that is kind of a spoof on a lot of the sitcoms and game shows that went on that would say, you know, this episode of Family Matters was recorded in front of a live studio audience. And he gave me a loose script. He had this concept, and he said, you know, where it was going to go and everything. So I got to work, and it was a lot of fun. But there was a lot of pain involved, too, because one of the things that I had to do is I was thinking about it, and I listened to a bunch of sitcoms and the intros for them, and they weren't very exciting at all. They were kind of bland and boring, and all the flavorful intros that talked about being in front of a live studio audience were all from the game shows. So I wrote a script similar to a game show style, and I was going through stuff, and I was thinking, you know, I got to find some cheesy music to throw on top of this too. So I started Googling top game show themes out of all the time or whatever, and I spent about a whole day listening to nothing but game show themes. And let me tell you, if you thought there were dark corners of the internet, that is one of the darkest. It's like, by far, game show music, in my opinion, is pretty bad. It's really dated, too, but I narrowed it down to two intros that I was going to sample for this piece, and it turns out that both of them were composed by the same guy. This guy is a big head honcho with game show themes and intros and segues and stuff like that for commercial radio or commercial broad television. He did the Monday Night Football theme. He did the Price is Right. All the stuff that's still being used decades after he made it for that. A number of different pieces that he's done have been used in tons of shows. But the two songs that came to the final cutting board were both composed by Ed Kalehoff is his name, or Edward Kalehoff. He goes by Ed Kalehoff, and he produced a ton of stuff. You can check it out. He's got a YouTube channel, too, that you can subscribe to, and you can see some of the stuff that he's done. And if you're into that, I mean, it's kind of cool from a creative aspect to see him producing all these things that got used in so many different programs I've never noticed before. But the two themes that stuck out the most was a theme for a game show from the mid-'80s called, what was this show called? I hadn't even heard of it before. But it was called Finders Keepers. It was before my time. And the other one was the theme from Double Dare. And I was going between the two, and the Double Dare one was recently used in the Lego movie, and so I decided to go with the less popular and the less known version with this Finders Keepers one. And one of the great things about Ed Kalehoff is that everything sounds really dated. He's got the electric drums, he's got the synth going on, he's got the crazy wild guitar solos and the saxophone thrown into the mix, so it sounds really dated, which is perfect for this piece. So I went ahead and grabbed that, but it was just, there is a lot of really unusual aspects in the research portion of this. One, there was a lot of top 10 game show themes of all time, and there was one in particular that he had broken up into segments. So it was a playlist of 10 videos, and the number one theme was the theme for Wheel of Fortune from one season or one decade. I don't know what, to be honest. But there were tons of heated comments on this section, just like all YouTube videos, about which game show themes should have been it. And all these game show theme song nerds complaining about how this was not the top theme song game show of all time. It sounded an awful lot like Psychobilly Worldwide, if you ask me, over on the Facebook. But it was kind of fun, and it made me think, how far does this rabbit hole go? Is there like podcasts for theme songs for game shows out there? There's no lyrics, it's all instrumental stuff, and it all sounds that super cheesy, dated synth, wild guitar and saxophone and electric drums. All of it sounds like that. So I don't know. I did notice that after spending a day listening to theme songs for game shows, YouTube started recommending videos for autism to me, which was kind of ironic. I didn't watch any of them, so I don't really know how well it relates to it, but maybe I have to clear through it so that Google can make some more accurate suggestions. But anyways, what I did for this intro, the last thing I'm going to do before I play it for you and give you a sample, is I made sure that it would blend really well with Dan's intro for Gone Mental, because he's got a really sharp intro that he does in the beginning, and he wanted to glue this pre-recorded piece that says this was recorded in front of a live studio audience. He wanted to glue that right into his intro and smash the two together. So I did something that should make an easy transition for you, Dan. I haven't shown this out to him yet, but I'm pretty confident that he's going to dig it. I love it. I think it's fun, and I got to wear my best game show host voice too, which was kind of fun. Don't do that too often. But hey, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you hear this, and maybe if Dan can't do the show live, you'll hear it on the air Thursday nights during the Thursday Night Wrecking Pit, similar to TGIF. You remember that? TNWP. Here you go.
This episode of Gone Mental was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the WRPR studios at RealPunkRadio.com. Let's dive deep into the Thursday Night Wrecking Pit. That's the TNWP. And now, Gone Mental! What a crazy little place I don't want to put, where we can rock and we can rock and we can do what we want.
The way that you can stop it. When you're running a small block, a big block, a supercharger, a turbocharger, we're gonna run you the fuck over. 1, 2, 3, go!
I'm going mental in the head. I wanna say
And once again,